Hello Capricorn, thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Gilded Tarot by Cyril Marchetti. There is a companion book by Barbara Moore. I don't use it, but in case you're interested, that information is there. It's a Llewellyn worldwide publication. This, the one I got is from 2004, obviously, it's down there. But if you want that information, that printing is 2004 anyway. Supportive Oracle Cards, Wisdom of the Hidden Realms, Oracle Cards by Colette Baron Reed. There's websites for her, a bunch. There's her website, which if I get it close enough, it should focus. ColetteBaronReed.com. You can freeze frame here and gather that information if you would enjoy it. There's one more card I'll show you with information for her. There's a website, autumngoddess.deviantart.com. Some other websites there, so if you want to freeze frame and search any of that out, you are welcome to do so. This one's a 2009 printing, so I don't know. I think it's probably been in print again. I don't know. It's a beautiful deck, so I'm assuming it got printed again. I don't know. But there's the information if you'd like it. My nose itches all of a sudden. What's up with that? All right. What do we have? Oh, I love that for you. Okay. Capricorn. Oh, I really like that for you. I'm kind of excited. I'm excited now. I'm not a Capricorn, but now I'm excited for you. That's kind of funny. I really am. I love this card for you. I think this is going to go well. One of my cards is damaged. Alright, so for you, you got the, is that the High Priestess? Yes. I was seeing the energy, and it looks very much like there's something about communication going on here. Kind of like you are very much absorbing something. Kind of like, I need to know. I'm looking at this like, not enough. Missing pieces, not enough, not good enough. Because I'm getting these two cards together, the Desert Prince and the High Priestess. Like, don't get caught up in the gender, so whatever gender you are is fine. But the two of these together is like, there's not enough here. This doesn't make sense. This is not enough. I need more information. Either need more resources, information, probably both. And I'm like, okay, I can get this. Let me think of who I'm working with. Let me think about who I'm dealing with. Because I feel like I know what I'm dealing with. Not everybody is compatible with you. And you are very much on point with that. Like, yeah, I don't jive with everybody. Nor do I want to, nor do I need to. But I'm looking at the situation and I'm like, all right, there's certain people here I kind of connect with better than others. So even though a lot of them, maybe I don't jive the way I'd like to, there's some of these people, if I just approach them in their fashion, the way that works for them, they will be very courteous. Courteous? Like, there's a word here I'm trying to find. Like, I'm not expecting them to go my way, but if I approach them appropriately, they'll tell me what I need to know. That's basically what I'm getting at. But I feel like I need to approach them correctly. I need to kind of help them out or go towards them when they're ready. I need to keep my eyes open and kind of like decide like, okay, this is a good moment for them. Let me move forward and see if I can get some information. But I definitely am looking at this like, I know if I approach them on their terms, I'll more than likely get what I want, what I need. Like, it's strategic, but it's not bad. It's just kind of like, okay, yeah, if I just wait for when they have a moment and I just kind of get in there and get my questions answered, it works good both ways. Because I'm looking to change something. Is it change thing? I don't want to even say change. I'm like, I want to like stabilize. Because like, it's like things, it's like looking at a bridge, but there's a bunch of pieces missing. It's like, all right, the structure is basically there, but you can't really cross that very safely. I need some information to find out where to get the supplies and how to get, then I also need to know how to get it there. Then I also need people to help me put it in place. So I'm like, I'm trying to gather certain things and I'm just kind of like, I got to wait for the appropriate time. I need to just like take a situation that's already existing and just make more sense. Make it better. I'm improving something that's kind of already there is kind of what I'm getting. And you're very active in this. You are the energy that's kind of like, this needs to get done. If we're going to keep doing this, this needs to get done, or else we're going to have problems. If you keep using with this half-built bridge if we keep working with that, somebody's going to get hurt or something's going to fail and then we're going to have problems. No, this needs to be finished. We need to get on it. We need to do it. So I'm going to start moving forward. I love this energy for you. It's very empowering, very that needs to be done. I'm going to do it. I just have to, be strategic about getting in here at the right time. This is very peculiar. I just noticed this card. They're giving this as the challenge card. I only get half of this saying when I'm listening. So it's listen ye much. And then you're going to have to kind of roll with it. So be very, very mindful to absorb everything being said to you, not just the actual words, but how it's being said to you, when it's being said to you. Like when somebody tells, like you're like, I need some boards for this bridge. And they're like, it's over down there. So like, it's kind of like, if they're saying it in kind of a gruff way, kind of like, okay, wait a minute. Why are they so put off? But like, it's kind of like, who's saying it and why? And it's kind of like, if you get somebody coming towards you in a gruff manner, just it's over there. Find somebody else to back that up. If somebody's not being very open to you, or they're acting like they're being put out by you asking them questions, ask the very basic questions, get your base answers, and then go on to somebody else and see if the next person actually can build on those same answers. Like it's like, they say it's over there and they point over to the west, and then they don't seem to want to be bothered. Okay, go to the next one, then ask them the same question and see if you get the same, like, well, it's down there and it's over there in Binghamton, and you're like, well, for me example, Binghamton is west, but it's also south, so it's like, wait a minute, there's more so it's kind of like you got to be very careful not to over push, because I feel like people might just tell you things just to get rid of you, but you might get like pieces of the answer, not the total answer. But then like there should be like a connection, like I get part of the answer from this person, the next person fills in some more blanks. If somebody seems put off, don't keep pushing that, because I'm afraid of faulty information, not purposefully, but just kind of like they're just throwing answers at you just to get rid of you. Be aware of that. Even if you're like, well, this is the best person to answer this question, this person knows the answer, but they seem to be very aggravated, they're just going to throw something off quick. It may be mostly right, but not enough that not enough. So take what you learned from them, go to someone else, go to the next one, and just see if the next one builds upon it. Because if the next one says, oh yeah, it's up there to the north, and you're like, okay, well, wait a minute. So it's kind of like, okay, wait a minute. From where I am, Binghamton's to the south, and it's to the west. They're telling me it's to the north, like, wait a minute. Because you're going to figure out, like, this might highlight a problem that was not originally seen, because there might be a division of assets. And you might need to know, like, all of the different assets so you can choose which one is best to get those assets from. Like, okay, there's a spot down here southwest, but somebody else said north. Like, wait, what's that? Then you research deeper and you're like, oh wait, there's even a third spot. Oh, for the love of Pete. Well, great, there's a third spot. The third spot might even be closer, might have more what you want. And they're like, yeah, this third spot, nobody goes there very often, but you can use this truck and go get that. There's probably a lot there. I don't know, you might need to bring somebody with you, but you might get what you want a lot easier than these other two places, and it's a little bit closer than the others. It's like, I don't know if this makes sense. Hopefully I'm saying that the right way, because it's like, if you get conflicting information, you might find better resources, better answers than you originally intended, because I feel like for a lot of you, you're getting like these quick answers, like somebody's just like, it's over there, and they're not really delving deep into what you need. They're not trying to be rude. I just feel like they're busy, or there's a lot going on and somebody's frustrated. I don't think they're frustrated with you, because that's not what I'm feeling. I know it's a general read, but I don't feel like they're frustrated with you, but they may be just upset with something else when this is all going on and they're just distracted. So they're like, keep going. Like, ask your question, get your answers, don't push too much. Listen to everything you're getting. Try to hear as much as you can. Get it from different resources if appropriate. And you might find like you get a better point of solution than you expected. The energy's a little bit like it's not right. I'm getting like this energy you're dealing with, it's not angry with you. Also keep that in mind. I feel like that's what I'm getting with this card. Because somebody you're dealing with is very aggravated. But realize it's not you. I don't know, when somebody like, when you come into work some days and you're just like, you left home, you came to work, and then all of a sudden like people are just, they seem like they're in these really bad moods. And you're like, I don't know, it's like people before they came to work just were like really nasty to them, or they were late for this, or they were late for that, or things got changed. They don't tell you what was going on, but they just seem very aggravated and they just seem very short, when it really has nothing to do with you. But it can be very off-putting to you, kind of like, well, why are they treating me this way? I didn't do anything to them. But, they came in, like, things that happened before them. When you have those days when just people just, they take something and you're like, I needed that today, and they took it and you can't bring it to work with you, and you're like, well, I had plans for that. And then it just kind of throws off your day. This seems to be happening to somebody around you. Like, somebody threw off their day. But because I think it's kind of like offsetting, because this is normally, whoever you're asking these questions to is normally very helpful for you. But somebody threw off their day and they're preoccupied with something and they're upset about something. Has nothing to do with you. So just gather what you can and step away. Let them sort out their own whatever they need. They just need some time to let it settle. They're not trying to throw you off. There's nothing negative like that coming towards you. But like, when you just, it feels like that. Because I feel like whatever you're coming into, you are solving something. You are solving something. There's a lot of good energy here. There's definitely a lot of good energy. Like, the energy's weird because I feel like somebody's upset. Somebody is upset. But you seem to be fixing it. I feel like they're saying, that's why they're saying, listen much. I keep getting that. Ask a few different people. Even if this is normally a really good source of information for you, ask other people, because I think you're solving a problem that this person also, they might be looking at this like they know it's a problem, and they're not seeing a solution right now. They're not even realizing. I feel like even when you're asking these questions, they seem to take it as if you're pointing out like that needs to be fixed. They're not realizing that you're looking to fix it. There's a disconnect here. There's distraction and disconnect. Because I think what's going to happen is you're going to solve a problem, and you're moving them on from this point of stress. Because I feel like they're just, when you're asking these questions, they're like, oh crap, another thing I have to take care of. I feel like that's how they're taking it. They're not, I don't think they're verbalizing it, but they may be thinking that, like, oh crap, yeah, I gotta fix that too. Ugh. And they're just like, one more thing to screw up my day. Like, it's one of those energies. But what actually turns out here is you just fix it, and they're like, oh yeah, the Capricorn, oh that's right, the Capricorn does pull things together. Like, and they're kind of like, oh yeah, the Capricorn, I should have just, like, it's afterthought. It's like, oh yeah, the Capricorn, I should have known the Capricorn was going to fix that. I should have known the Capricorn was good for that. But they were so turned around in the moment that they couldn't feel it. Because you're fixing something. You are definitely fixing something, and there's a much better outcome coming in. You're stabilizing, and after the fact, it's like, they're like, oh yeah. It's almost like they're looking back on that conversation like, I should have handled that conversation differently. I knew the Capricorn would, if I just asked them, they'd fix it anyway. But I didn't even have to ask them, they just fixed it. They knew it had to be done, and they just did it. And they're like, oh yeah, that makes sense. The Capricorn, yeah, I know the Capricorn does what they need to do. There's a weird energy you're dealing with. Like, somebody's like all thrown off, somebody upset them, something went crazy. You're stabilizing the whole information. You're just stabilizing the situation. I don't know if you're realizing how off this person is. They're just having like an off, it might be an off week or an off month. I don't know. Something's going weird. You're just going ahead, realizing that needs to be fixed, gathering your information, gather it from other sources, just point check it with other sources, you'll be fine. This person isn't looking to push you down the wrong road or point you down the wrong direction, but I'm getting like this weird like stress, like there's so much going on around them that when you fix this for them, like it's almost like, well, yeah, it's almost like I'm thinking to myself, well, I'm Capricorn, of course I'm going to fix that. they're just not getting it at the moment. You know, life does things. You know, life is really kind of like going crazy for this person. There's really good energy, like the collective good, the Sun card. You're really putting something together that's really going to help everybody. This person does notice, by the way, but I also see them continuing forward and not really acknowledging it, which kind of it's weird. This person's not acknowledging it. I don't understand why. I feel like they normally would. You seem to be reinforced as like, well, obviously the Capricorn, obviously we can depend on the Capricorn, like obviously. It just seems to go there. Because I'm getting the Death card with the Sisters of the Seasons. Like, there's something coming in later, like probably later on in the year, where it's just like, well, yeah, have the Capricorn do it. Give that to the Capricorn. Offer that to the Capricorn. Like, this is like, I don't know, like, I don't see any, like, verbal thanks now, but I feel like because you did this, and no, this person didn't even ask you to do it, you just fixed it. You just fixed it because it needed to be fixed. Later on in the year, like, it's almost like a no-brainer, like, oh, that needs to be done? Well, just offer it to the Capricorn, see if the Capricorn wants it, and it's something you want. It's just kind of like, because you just do these things, because you just make it work right, when there's an opportunity that comes later, and it's just kind of like, yeah, just give it to the Capricorn. And well, ask them if they want it, obviously, but just give it to the Capricorn, yeah. It's like some opportunity just, like, they don't even think about it very much. They're just like, yeah, just give it to them. They'll do it. They'll do it right. So just give it to the Capricorn. That way we don't have to worry about it. It's very weird to me how this is playing out. Like, I feel like when it's all said and done, you're fine. But you're not getting acknowledged now. I don't see a verbal acknowledgement later. I just see oh yeah, the Capricorn is the one to do that. Just give it to them. Yeah, and I feel like I want that. Like, it's something that I want, like, it's being just handed to me. Like, I don't even have to, like, work for it. I have to put the work into the actual situation, but it's like I don't have to ask for the situation. They're just like, here, that's for you. And you're like, oh, I do want that. It's kind of like, yes, I do want that. Does that make sense? I think it does. You're looked at very positively. So I feel like what they're saying is like, go ahead, fix whatever it is you got to fix. You know what you got to do. Point check your normal source here. This person is off. They might have an off month or whatever's going on. They're just off. So point check your normal source. Fix what you got to fix. You're not getting the acknowledgement right away. Keep going. It comes back later though. And I feel like they're trying to say that if you don't pay attention, you're not going to realize that these two things are related, but literally these two things are related. It's kind of like, by the time something comes forward at the end of the year, you're going to have completely forgotten about this moment. And not that it's on the tip of that other person's brain, but it's just like you've reinforced the Capricorn's good for it energy. But yeah, the Capricorn knows what they're doing energy. You've already just reinforced that, so it's even stronger. So there's like this, it's almost like that music in the grocery store or something it's always playing. Like, the Capricorn's good for it music is kind of playing in the background. You don't even realize it's playing, but that's literally what's motivating people forward. That's literally what's motivating people to do this for you. Like, I swear it's kind of like that music in the back of the store. The only time you really notice it is when it has some weird beat, or like somebody cranks it up too loud, or if it's missing. So you're just sustaining the normal level, the normal music, and it's gonna pay off for you. So I don't know why it's coming forward, other than, in case you're getting to the end of this and you're like, well, they didn't even acknowledge that. Why wouldn't they acknowledge that? Don't worry, it does go to your benefit. It's almost like this energy, like, same old, it's just what they expect from me. But they also give you things because they know you're good for it, because it's all a part of that same energy, if that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense. I keep looking at this like a little dumbfounded, in the sense of like, you're going to get a benefit later. You're not getting the verbal recognition, but you're getting like the monetary or the tangible recognition later. So just realize I feel like this has happened before with this person. So you probably can look back and be like, yeah, I'm always doing right by the situation. And they do just kind of throw things my way just randomly. That's how I don't think they verbalize their thanks. I think they give you something every now and then. It's just how they do it. They just give you something. They don't tell you that's why, but literally that's why. Maybe they're just trying to like hone that in a little bit more. Like, this person doesn't verbally tell you you're good. They don't give you that type of accolade. They just keep giving you things that they think you want. That's how they show their thanks. Maybe they're just trying to highlight that. That may be what they're trying to highlight. That's how this person shows their thanks. Because I don't think you get the verbal. I don't think you're getting it. They just keep giving you things. And then they might ignore you for a while. For some of you, that's a big thing. This person gives you extra things, and then they ignore you. And you're like, what the hell? But that's how they do it. That's their way. They don't verbalize. They don't talk about it. They just like, oh, I think you want this? Good. And they just kind of give it to you and walk away. And it may be a little bit kind of like confusing at times, kind of like, why did they just do that? But that's why, because they know you're good for it, and that's how they show thanks. Awkward energy for you is what I think. That may be another line there, because I have other things kind of like looping in, so maybe there's different ways for different people. I'm going to like shut this down here, because I feel like it's starting to get really confusing. So hopefully that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below as well. Same email. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.